In the heart of the vast and lush savanna of West Africa lay the village of Umkhonto, a place renowned for its rich cultural heritage and vibrant traditions. The villagers lived in harmony with nature, respecting the land and the spirits that dwelled within it. In this village lived a young boy named Kofi, known for his boundless curiosity and bravery. Kofi was different from the other children in Umkhonto. While they were content to play and follow their daily routines, Kofi yearned for adventure and knowledge. He often spent his days exploring the outskirts of the village, seeking out new experiences and listening to the stories of the elders. His favorite stories were those of the Golden Baobab, a mythical tree said to hold unimaginable power and wisdom. The Golden Baobab, according to legend, was hidden deep within the Enchanted Forest, a place where no villager dared to venture. It was said that only the pure of heart could find it, and those who did would be granted a single wish. The tree was guarded by ancient spirits and mystical creatures, making the journey to find it perilous and nearly impossible. One fateful evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and the village was bathed in the golden glow of twilight, Kofi sat by the fire listening to an elder named Baba Mari. The old man's voice was deep and resonant, weaving tales of old that captivated the young boy's imagination. "Remember, Kofi," Baba Amari said, his eyes twinkling with wisdom. "The Golden Baobab is not just a tree. It is a symbol of hope and the power of dreams. Those who seek it must be prepared to face their deepest fears and greatest challenges." Kofi's heart raced as he listened. He felt a stirring within him, a call to adventure that he could not ignore. That night, as he lay under the stars, he made a decision. He would set out to find the Golden Baobab and uncover its secrets. He knew it was a dangerous journey, but he believed in his heart that he was destined for greatness. The next morning, Kofi gathered his belongings and set off before dawn. He carried with him a small satchel containing food, water, and a talisman given to him by his grandmother for protection. As he walked through the savannah, the landscape around him began to change. The tall grasses gave way to dense forests, and the sounds of the village faded into the distance. Kofi's journey was fraught with challenges from the very beginning. He encountered treacherous rivers, dense underbrush, and wild animals, but his determination never wavered. He remembered Baba Amari's words and pressed on, driven by the desire to prove himself and uncover the mysteries of the Golden Baobab. One afternoon, as Kofi was resting by a stream, he was approached by a figure cloaked in shadows. The figure revealed itself to be a spirit, with eyes that glowed like embers and a voice that echoed like the wind. "You seek the Golden Baobab," the spirit said, "but do you know what it is you truly seek?" Kofi nodded, though he felt a chill run down his spine. "I seek wisdom and the power to help my village." The spirit regarded him for a long moment. "Very well," it said, "but know this. The path to the Golden Baobab is not an easy one. You will face trials that will test your heart and soul. Only if you remain true to yourself will you succeed." Kofi continued his journey, guided by the spirit's cryptic words. As he ventured deeper into the Enchanted Forest, the air grew thicker and the light dimmer. The trees towered above him, their branches intertwined like a maze. Strange creatures lurked in the shadows, their eyes glowing with curiosity and malice. The first trial came in the form of a riddle. Kofi found himself in a clearing, confronted by a giant talking owl perched on an ancient stone pedestal. "Answer my riddle," the owl hooted, "or be lost forever in this forest. What is it that walks on 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs at noon, and 3 legs in the evening?" Kofi thought for a moment, recalling the stories he had heard from the elders. "It is man," he replied. "As a baby, he crawls on all 4s. As an adult, he walks on 2 legs. And in old age, he uses a cane, walking on 3 legs." The owl nodded in approval and flew away, revealing a hidden path. Kofi followed it, his confidence growing with each step. The second trial was a test of courage. Kofi stumbled upon a glade where a fierce lioness guarded her cubs. The lioness roared and bared her teeth, but Kofi stood his ground. He slowly approached the lioness, showing no fear. He spoke to her in soothing tones, assuring her that he meant no harm. After a tense moment, the lioness relented and allowed him to pass. The third trial was a test of compassion. Kofi found a wounded gazelle caught in a trap, despite his urgency to reach the Golden Baobab. He could not ignore the animal's suffering. He carefully freed the gazelle and tended to its wounds, using the herbs and knowledge he had gained from his grandmother. The gazelle, grateful for his kindness, led him to a hidden grove where he could rest and gather his strength. Kofi's journey culminated as he reached the heart of the Enchanted Forest. There, standing tall and majestic, was the Golden Baobab. Its leaves shimmered like gold in the dappled sunlight, and its trunk was as wide as a house. But before Kofi could approach the tree, he was confronted by its guardian, a powerful and ancient spirit named Nyam. Nyam was a towering figure, with skin the color of the night sky and eyes that shone like stars. "You have come far, Kofi," Nyam said, his voice reverberating through the air. "But to claim the boon of the Golden Baobab, you must prove your worth one final time." Nyam raised his hand, and the ground trembled. From the earth emerged 3 trials, each more daunting than the last. The first was a river of fire, the second a mountain of ice, and the third a chasm of darkness. Kofi faced the river of fire with determination. He recalled the talisman his grandmother had given him and invoked its protection. The flames parted before him, allowing him to cross unscathed. The mountain of ice tested his resilience, but he climbed it with sheer willpower, his hands and feet numb with cold. At the chasm of darkness, he relied on his inner light, trusting his heart to guide him through the pitch-black void. When he emerged on the other side, Nyam awaited him with a smile. "You have proven yourself, Kofi," the spirit said. "You are indeed worthy of the Golden Baobab's gift." Kofi approached the Golden Baobab, his heart pounding with anticipation. He placed his hand on the trunk of the tree, feeling its ancient power course through him. "Great Baobab," he whispered, "grant me the wisdom and strength to help my village thrive." The tree's leaves rustled, and a golden light enveloped Kofi. He felt a surge of knowledge and understanding fill his mind. Visions of the past, present, and future flashed before his eyes, revealing the interconnectedness of all things. He saw the potential for greatness within his village and understood the steps needed to achieve it. When the light faded, Kofi stood before the Golden Baobab transformed. He felt a deep sense of peace and purpose. With newfound wisdom, he began the journey back to Umkhonto, eager to share his gift with his people. Kofi's return to Umkhonto was met with awe and celebration. The villagers marveled at his transformation and listened intently as he shared the lessons he had learned. He spoke of the importance of unity, compassion, and respect for the natural world. He introduced new ways to cultivate the land, harnessing the power of the sun and wind to improve their harvests. Under his guidance, the village thrived, and the people lived in harmony and prosperity. Kofi's journey to the Golden Baobab became a legend, passed down through generations. His story served as a reminder that true strength comes from within, and that the greatest adventures are those that lead to self-discovery and the betterment of others. Years passed, and Kofi grew into a wise and respected elder. He continued to lead his village with kindness and wisdom, always remembering the lessons of the Golden Baobab. When it was his time to join the ancestors, he left behind a legacy of hope and inspiration. The village of Umkhonto flourished, its people united by the values Kofi had instilled in them. The legend of Kofi and the Golden Baobab became a cherished part of their heritage, a testament to the power of dreams and the enduring spirit of adventure. And so, the story of Kofi and the Golden Baobab lived on, a beacon of light and wisdom for all who sought the courage to follow their hearts and the strength to overcome any challenge.